over openings for the PTO next year. For the Pumpkinfest, silent auction, landscape, library, and the understanding disabilities. So, Pumpkinfest, people.
Sudie?
Hi. Hi. I just want to speak a little bit about the duties and what we're looking for next year as far as Pumpkinfest chairs.
Sure. Virginia and I, we've been trying to mull over what we want to do this year. As everybody knows, I've done it for 2 years. Virginia did it for 1. And it's really an enormous task for 2 people. And so we're trying to figure out ways to split it up and make it more, to spread the load a lot more. At the same time, we don't have really heir apparents coming up through the system to take this on. And so what we're going to be looking for is somebody to take this on, but we will stay on and do like heavy-duty mentoring. We're trying to structure it so that we have it. It'll be just like a guidebook. It'll be something really easy to follow, and we'll stay on and help as much as we can and do as much as we can. But really, I can't do it. And I can't, don't do sort of thing. But at the same time, you know, we all feel that it's going to be a really important year to have a really good Pumpkinfest for community building, and I think that it's going to be, you know, time for the community to come out and have fun, and I think that's the spirit that we have to take on with this, and so again, we're trying to figure out how to break it into manageable chunks, things that people can do at home. There's a lot of writing that can be done. You don't have to be here and so forth, but they're also. One of the pitfalls that we had was that we weren't here with FaceTime in the school to try to get volunteers and to be available to answer questions and to explain what it is to people who are new and that sort of thing. So, so that's some of the kind of responsibility that we need to address. So.
The other thing is that Judy and I are going to do whatever we can this summer to get ready. But we definitely need some new people to sign on for next year. So.
All right. Silent auction.
Silent auction. It's another big job. Actually, last year we did create a committee model, which was a little different than the past. Silent auction shifted because we made it also in the evening, party with entertainment and food, and Maria did the food and just did an incredible job. It cost a lot, it cost a fair amount of money, but the fundraising itself, I think this is important, the fundraising itself is really easy, actually. That's not the hard part because the community does give. We send out letters in the summer and things just come in. And the same with the Lincoln School community. The hard part is actually the organization of it. And last year we implemented I guess, what do we call it? An online organizational tool. And there was a pretty steep learning curve to it, but that we figured out, so that should be easy as well. It takes a fair amount of screen time sitting in front of your computer, just sort of entering things in. And then the other part, the same as it is with Pumpkinfest, it is nice to have at least one person that's part of that committee that's around the school more. Sometimes that's harder for the older parents, but the younger parents that are still coming, some of those that are still coming to do pickups, because just talking it up is really an important part of it. So I think we need a few people. We need one person for sure to come in a leadership role, and then we need a few others that will be really committed to being a part of that team. And it's fun, by the way. I mean, no, I think it's important. Maria did didn't we have fun? We had parties at my, planning parties at my house, and we all met people that we may not have met before, and that was a really important part of it, so, yeah, it's not all bad. It's good stuff too.
Well, I think the other thing is that we really divided it, you guys really did a good job dividing it up and structuring it next year, so there was a little learning curve issues
Yeah.
this past year that should be pretty much ironed out for this, never say never.
So actually, so I did it for 2 years, and Lynn helped last year, so Lynn will be the one that's staying on, but I think there's lots of us that will continue to help and guide and be a part of the whole event, so.
Want to speak? Heidi?
Do you want to do this one? Heidi and I ran a First Friday Coffee last Friday? Or a Friday and a half ago, a week and a half ago. And it was the end of a busy week at Lincoln. We didn't get a lot of folks, but it was an opportunity to, because we are looking for new leadership for these programs, which, as you know, is a combination of gardening stuff in classrooms as well as maintenance and improvement projects that we do with the town. It was an opportunity to try to get halfway through a draft, which we'll get through probably by the end of this month, of what the job really is of running this over the long term. And it's stuff in every, it's gardening, it's a lot of it is in warm weather, right? But then you have to remember to buy the seeds, and there's a month by month job description in which gets into the details of how to execute these little projects that run with the teachers and the kids in the curriculum, and then that's one of the goals for the end of this year, to have that ready to share with people, including those who showed up at the coffee. We had talked about trying to have another meeting to try to reach a few more people. And part of our question for this group was, are there really, in what's left of the school year, are there actually any more openings that we could expect to reach anybody, or is the year kind of all swamped with everything else, like the principal search, things that have gone through? Because I just don't know. I'm one of those older parents. I'm not around as much, so that's why I was up. I like that. I'm going to use that.
What the First Friday Coffee also did for me was it educated me on the years of what Randolph has done. He set up this whole display to educate others, but I was educated, and I had a better understanding of the projects he does. And this is kind of one of my strong concerns about the committee. We have people that have done it for so long and have all this knowledge and are doing great jobs at it, and then they're at 7th or 8th grade. And that's what I've said to him. You gotta tell me what you're doing, and you have to show me, and you have to show others. And so he's doing a great job about that. He set up a wonderful display, and what he's talking about, he's going to create basically a grid that shows all the projects and all the steps to them. So anybody can pick it up and pick up one of the grades. And right now, the landscaping committee does 4 grades: a 2nd grade project, a 3rd grade project, a 4th grade, and an 8th.
Well, and you're already doing, just almost done here, but the 2nd grade thing, I said to Heidi this year, look, you've been through this, you've had a kid or two in 2nd grade, here's the paperwork, figure it out. So, she got up her nerve and went and talked to Libby and Debbie and Joe, and got the dates worked out and that kind of thing. So it can be done. And in terms of the transition, it's not quite as urgent as the two, the Pumpkinfest and silent auction, but over the course of the next year, we're hoping to attract people. So we're going to keep trying to do that.
Educated. And what also came out of this for me was Randall brought people that he's been involved with, which were the teachers that are involved in the class, but he also brought Erin Galentine from the Parks and Rec, and she said the same thing that was going through my mind. Oh, she's going to be leaving the local school soon, and she's worked with him for years. And one of the things that she came out of it is she said she wants one contact, and a reminder that we have people outside the school that want to be connected to the school. And I thought that was a wonderful piece also to give them. with the town and different things, want to work with the different projects that are going